What's going on, everyone? Today we have a new knife here to check out, and this one is coming in from our friends over at Cavol Knives. This is your first time stopping by. Welcome to G-Ball Vision. Let's get started. We'll toss this over to the table, and I invite you to let us know what you are carrying in your pockets today down in the comments. Love seeing what you guys are carrying. If you're not familiar with Cavol Knives, they have some awesome packaging, first and foremost, and they deal with a lot of really unique designs, designers that have a really unique design language, and they deal with a lot of premium materials. The knife we are going to be looking at here today is the Cavol Knives KAmasu here, and I will have links to this down in the description of the video. Try to link it in a couple places if I can. We are looking at a front flipper here only, and this is going to be a Persian style blade. We are looking at M390 for our blade steel here, and they do a similar coating to kind of Katuo and Reich. It's that Ramet does it as well. It's kind of a blasted, polished finish, and it seems to hold up very well. It looks good. Probably not my first choice of coatings, but it has proven itself to be a fine coating, so no real complaints there. Sharpening choil looks good. We are looking at a full titanium handle here, and they do have several different variations of this knife. Nice little custom pivot work there, and that is going to be a non-tooled side. We just have one body screw over here, and then we flip this thing over, and we're looking at a milled tie clip, back spacer that match our titanium frame here, and then we'll see our lock bar insert screw, our pivot screw, and another body screw. And then hidden inside the scale here is going to be our titanium pocket clip screw. Now this is going to be a right hand carry only. We do have really good access here to that lock bar. They chamfer the show side out nicely, so that sticks out very good, and then they chamfer it as well, so it's just a nice place to capture your thumb, whether you're coming in from the front here or from the side. You'll have to be off the front flipper there, of course. The detent is tuned really nicely on this, and I like this front flipper here. You can see here, let me pull it up in the best spot. You can see the nice jimping, and it's jimped the proper way to grip you when you're going against it here. That's going to grip you nicely. They put a nice jimp up here at the top, the very end, which is exactly what you want, and then it's canted inward, so you can really get a ton of leverage on this. And because of how it pokes up above our frame here, the top of our frame, it just makes for a very good front flipping action. You're not going to be landing on anything pokey. You're not going to be landing on anything sharp. You're going to go right over top of the knife. So that is something I really look for in a front flipper. This is executed very, very well. As far as the old reach around, yeah, all day. Because you have this full layer of Damascus here, which I didn't bring up, that's really hiding that lock bar. So that's really nice. And then as far as an index rollover, all day long, that'll be easy breezy there. Now, what kind of size are we looking at with the KAmasu here? We are, wow, we're at like 3 5/8 of cutting edge, same as the blade, and then 8 1/4 strong overall. So this is a good sized boy here. Now we'll put up a couple of comparisons. We got the Vostede Raccoon here and the Kaiser Militao on the bottom. And you'll see this is more in line with the Militao, but it's going to be a little bit longer, especially in regards to how that blade flares up. You're going to get a little bit more edge on the KAmasu. Let's see what this thing looks like in the pocket here. And we got that milled clip with that nice angle here. And good retention, especially over this thinner cloth. That's going to carry nice in the pocket. You have a little bit poking out there, but that's going to look good. You got their little logo there. That looks clean. That gives you a little something to grab a hold of here and pull this out of the pocket. Good retention on that cloth there. Let's go ahead and we'll get a weight on this. I did want to check to see there is no internal milling. Technically, where this is milled out and these are inserted, that could be some added weight relief, right? But there is no internal milling in there, and that's going to give this thing a little bit of heft. Another thing I wanted to point out is this is a trailing point, a Persian, but the way this drops out of the handle here, the tip, the very top of the tip is just in line with the pivot there. So it's not going to be an overwhelming trailing point to where you can't use that tip. Now you will still be using that belly there, but you're going to have full access to that tip if you want. You'll be a little bit higher in regard to your wrist, but you'll still be able to fully use that tip, that belly, and then this is going to be nice in here just for getting into certain materials. If you need a little bit more control, this area will be perfect. That's the other thing about these types of knives, these Persians, the handles typically have this cant to them, and depending on your hand size and how your hand is, it can feel very comfortable in hand, especially for like a reverse grip like this. If we choke up here, this is going to be a very comfortable grip with the tail kind of hanging out of the hand. So this is going to be comfortable in a lot of different hand grips. Now, Persian blades aren't the most utilitarian blade shape, but you know, just using them, putting them through their paces, I have not found a Persian style blade to not get the job done. And what I mean is, you know, I've carried quite a few Persians here recently, and whatever I need to cut, break down, whatever, they do it. You know, so maybe not the most ideal looking blade shape, but depending on what you're doing, it's going to get the job done. Now, as far as the weight goes, this has to be up there at like 4.3. Ooh, getting recalibrated here. You know, I get uncalibrated just like everybody. But we're getting back. We're getting back. Yeah, 4.2 and 118 grams. Now we'll get a couple measurements here on the handle and blade. We'll check our handle thickness here first. We'll go on top of the Damascus. We're looking at 0.52 there for our handle thickness at the thickest part. We'll check our blade stock thickness up here. And 125, not too shabby there. And we'll flip that open left-handed. And we'll check this thing behind the edge. Could get a lot better grip on there. Let's see. There we go. Right around 18 thousandths in that particular spot with that particular hold, as I say. But let's see how this thing cuts out of the box. So we got our SMKW catalog paper here. Let's see how this thing will poke. I'd say it will do a pretty good job at poking tasks. Come on now. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Very good. Very good. Not too bad. So let's go over some of these details here, and nice tolerances in there, nice and tight, and I don't believe we're going to have any detent lash. No. there's no detent lash there. That thing is nice and strong, just like you want a front flipper only knife to be. As far as pivot lash, there's no pivot lash in there, and our lockup is looking about 25% or so there. Let's check our up and down, side to side movement. I don't feel any side to side or up and down movement. We'll go ahead and check our hardware. We're at a T8 there. T8, T8, T6. So T8's all the way around with the exception of the lock bar insert screw there, which you don't need to mess with. Pretty good. Very good. We'll get the old whacker out here. Now, I don't have a ton of experience with Cavol knives. We've only checked out one here previously, and it was solid. So we will see what happens here. We'll give this thing a couple of love taps. I'm going to turn the whacker up like this because it's going to hit the tip first here. If we don't. Okay. Give it a couple of light taps. Check it. Good. Close it. Check it. Very good. Now we will run this thing through some checks here and make sure everything is running kosher here. Our centering is still on point. We didn't develop any detent lash in there. There is no movement on that blade. Still locked up very good as far as our action. Nice and solid. Our closing action is controlled. That blade is thinner and lighter, but man, it's smooth. It's not going to just fall all the way closed, but it'll fall about to half, and then a couple of lighter shakes, and that thing is going to go home. I really like what I've seen from Cavol. They have a really unique catalog of knives over there. Now, we are going to get into some of the extra goodies here that comes along with these knives. Every purchase that I know of, you're going to get a cloth. You're going to get a bunch of stickers that match your knife. You're going to get info on the company and so on and so forth. You also get a air freshener, like a car air freshener. You also get a full set of hardware for the knife here. And these also come with a separate box in your mailer. So if you order one of these, you're going to get this as well. And some of them come with a third box, which is going to house a leather slip. Now this one, because it has a pocket clip, is not going to come with a slip. But, can we get this open? They send a lot of goodies with the knives. And that tells you one thing, that the company takes pride in their products. You get another little pamphlet thing there and how to wash this, but you get a customized microfiber cloth from Cavol. You got the Cavol logo here, and then we flip this thing over, and we got their logo here. So when you get their products, you know you're getting a product from a company that cares about what they're putting out there, and they're going to be coming in very solid materials, just like this thing is here. If you're interested in checking out a very unique and specific line of knives, Cavol is definitely up there with the best of them that I would recommend if you're looking for a unique design. Something that not everyone is going to have, right? These guys do a great job at keeping it unique and still keeping it functional. You guys will have to let me know. What do you think of Cavol? What do you think of the KAmasu? I love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. That helps push these videos out there to more people. If you're new to my channel here and you enjoy this type of content, you are in the right place. Make sure you subscribe because I would love to have you here. I'll put up a couple of new videos on your screen. Go check one of them out for me. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.